Board of Education is excited and proud to introduce you to the incoming Superintendent of New Hanover County Schools, Dr. Charles Faust. Dr. Faust will take office on Tuesday, September 1st, and will be bringing to our district more than 23 years of public school experience. He comes to our school system from Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools, one of the largest school systems in Kansas, where he has served as superintendent for 2 years. Under his leadership, the school system has achieved double-digit growth in student achievement, including significant gains in math and reading across all student populations. Most recently, KCKPS was recognized at the state and local level for its academic growth and nationally for its progress in closing the achievement gap. We are very much looking forward to getting that kind of dynamic leadership here to continue the work and progress of our last few months. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Charles Faust.
Take this off. Good morning, everyone. I am Charles Faust, and I am just so proud to be a member of the New Hanover Public Schools, New Hanover County Schools, let's say. I don't know how to express the excitement that I feels like I want to clap, I want to shake everyone's hand, but it's just an honor just to be here. I am a diehard education fan. I'm a traditional education person. I have a degree in elementary education, a minor in English. I've worked as an assistant principal, principal supervisor, deputy superintendent, and superintendent. And so I know what it takes to work in the schools. I know what it takes to work in the communities. I just believe that when we invest in our students, we invest in our community. All schools should provide safety for kids in addition to educating them. One of the things that I really want to challenge our folks on is literally just making sure that all kids are reading on grade level. Let's just start there and making sure that we can do it. I know that working with this dynamic board, and I definitely want to thank you for all the talent that you have provided. It has been just a burst of energy for myself just to actually get to know you and talk with you and have those communications when we were doing the interview. It's almost like, it's surreal, and I'll just say, be honest, it's surreal to be here. My sister was a student at UNC Wilmington back in 1984, and I was a fifth grader, and I remember sitting in the sand at, I think it was Belk Hall, and how unique is it to come back and serve in the school district where once she was a student at UNC Wilmington. My family will be joining me here, and I definitely want to make sure that we do what's best for all students, all staff, the community again, and just have great relationships. I want to definitely take opportunities to sit down and talk with individuals so that they will understand what my vision is and our vision as the board. And then making sure that we talk with students. It's great to hear from students. It's great to hear from the parents. Of course, it's great to hear with the community. And also, again, just sitting down with community members and talking with them and finding out what is it that makes our city, our school district great. That's what we want to do. We want to take this to a great school district. You're a good school district. I want us to definitely be in the top 5%. That is my goal. And I just want you to join with me in achieving that goal. And just, again, thank you for having me. Thank you for embracing me. And we shall have years to celebrate here. Thank you. Absolutely. One of the things is where we start is, of course, I see on our website now that we do have reporting sites. So the first step is making sure that there is an authentic place for anyone, whether it's a staff member or a student to be able to, or a parent who is reporting, to be able to report, and we start there. Making sure that everyone is trained, starting with I think our board has started their training with the Title IX, Title VI training. We want to make sure that our students are trained with Title IX, Title VI, of course, our staff. And I do believe that we not only do it just one time, but we then come back around at, maybe at the break of a semester. And if the federal regs change, we do the updates to make sure that individuals know what the updates are. But it's consistent, and I believe that we post videos out there to show individuals. So definitely giving individuals an outlet and making sure that they understand that there's no retaliation. Of course, it's against the law to retaliate, and so we need to know that in Title IX, on the basis of sex, that you cannot. And so just giving them that safe space to do so. But I do believe that just having conversations with students, and I shouldn't say just having a conversation because that kind of seems like it's just topological, but giving them voice. And once you give individuals voice, then sometimes it provides that opportunity for fences to be mended. And so that's what we're wanting to do. It's going to take a minute. I'm not going to stand here before you and say that, oh, tomorrow we're going to do this training and everyone's going to be okay. That's not it. We've got to earn the trust back. So I am here for the long haul to have those conversations, help with the training, making sure that we get all of the good stuff in. Yeah. So yes, after submitting the application, of course, you read everything. I've watched board meetings that went all the way back, I don't know, December up until now, and then of course read the articles. And yes, I do. I understand, and I still applied and still came and believe that what I have to offer will help the school district. And what we have to do, and when we talk about transparency, we have to understand what our accountability measures are and what we're accountable for. And when we know what we're accountable for, then we can move forward. It's not an issue of trying to dodge anything. So when you ask about transparency and what does it mean, it literally means if there's an issue, we attack the issue. We share, this is what our issue is, and we look at our policy. And when we're going through some policy changes and our policy updates, I'll state. And in those policies, now we have to train individuals on the practice. So making sure that the practices are there. I love to do videos, I love to do the Twitter. So you'll find that some of those videos will be there for our community to see some of those trainings, and especially for our staff. Yeah. So I don't have a new lesson plan. I think everyone is, and I've used this, there's no blueprint for under these circumstances. So it's at a trial and error. And what we're noticing is what works and what doesn't work. And so when we're looking at what does work, we are borrowing and we're looking. And so what I'll be doing is sitting down with our staff and having them share with me what's working. And I'll share with them some of the things that we have done. And I'm really big on technology. And so understanding what that looks like and helping our parents know that that our students shouldn't be sitting in front of the computer for 8 to 10 hours a day. That's not what we're doing, and that's not what we want to do. But one of the things is making sure that we have trained our own staff how to use the technology and how to present a lesson through the technology. And then I would even like to have us sit down and talk about how to train our parents on what it should look like, because that's important. Because we don't want, I'm a parent. I have one high schooler, one middle schooler, and I know the frustration firsthand. It may be, I like math, but some parents may not like math, and trying to help them do this, what they consider now new math. and the frustration levels, and so then we have to have counseling after that. So that's not what we're trying to have parents go through counseling with this. So I definitely want us to be able to train individuals to make sure they understand what is, but there's no recipe per se for COVID. We first just want to make sure everyone is safe and making sure that we are wearing our mask or in social distancing. Yes. So the greatest threat is, and I'll say this, inequity. So what happens is not all students have a parent who can actually teach them how to do reading, how to do math, how to do science. And then of course, when you throw on top of it the socioeconomic inequities, some having devices, technological devices, and then how to use those devices, or those parents who, I have a job and I have to work and I can't give you the attention that's needed. So all of those inequities, and they don't actually have a socioeconomic status on them. So that's, I think, what brings forth the most profound inequity for COVID, and then having to go back for teachers and reteach. So we, ended the year in more or less of like a virtual setting. So, of course, at the high school with math and reading and those lessons, we have students who are going to be graduating and have to take these math courses, or those who are taking the AP exam. Those, how do we make sure they were paying, or those middle schoolers who we have to go back and make sure that we have brought them up to speed. So we're going to have to reteach and teach at the same time. And I know teachers are like, you're kidding me, but yes, we have to make sure that's only right, because students, we can't say that they got the first class education that we would have given them had they been sitting in front of us. And we know that, and I think parents, hopefully our parents know that, and it's not anything that we would ever wish on anyone. We do want students to be in school, but we want them to be safe. And we want them to, of course, wear the mask and social distance. So it's providing us an opportunity to learn, and we're learning, and we have to make sure that we have our PPEs and washing our hands at school. Those are things we're going to be ready for them when they come, and so that's what I want our parents to know. And we're going to have them trained. We're going to make sure that we, as much as we can, social distance. And if we can't social distance, if we can just get parents to start training students to wear masks. Okay. Oh, I see. So, right now everything is through technology. So a couple of the, I won't say a couple, but there'll be several opportunities to do some Zoom community meetings until I'm officially here. And then of course we would still have to do something that's provide social distancing. So there will be opportunities. We'll be working with our communications department to set up several communications where parents can do a question and answer, and I can share a little bit about myself, and we can talk about it. We'll probably, in the past, I've done those by feeder patterns, and then of course I'd want to sit down and talk with community members also, and it may be by Zoom or it may be face to face, but with social distancing. But that's where it starts. Individuals just need to know that I'm a genuine guy. I will acknowledge when I've messed up, and I love to share a win, and we push hard, we drive hard, but we do it with love, we do it with kindness, and so those are the things that I want parents to know about me just off as first. I sit in the same seat you sit in as a parent, and I want you to understand that I want my children to be safe just like you do. So that's where I think it starts, and so I meet them there, and also meeting them to understand that it's hard. This is hard. Understand that it will not change in the next 30 days. So I know that trust is built, and trust, some will say it's earned, and so just give us a chance to earn your trust. Please don't come in with any, just give us a chance, give us that opportunity, and because there's no, the dog in the fight that I have are the students, the staff, the board. And those are the dogs that I have in the fight if we're going to go down that route. But that's what I want them to know. Just give us a chance. Okay. So one of the things that I know not to do as a leader is bring everything that you've done, because this is a new marriage. So you can't bring everything from the old house and then come, because it suffocates individuals. So what I believe is we look and see what is working, what are we doing as far as the plans that they have forth, and then we may need to negotiate and talk about some things that I know that work and some things that they know that work, and we can marry them, especially when it comes to technology. As I stated before, I'm really big on technology and understanding the platforms that we should use. So I believe, again, that put with what their pacing guides, the curriculum that they have, if we can land on a learning management system, I think we can then work out some deals. So it'll be a win-win situation for both. Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you.